BioVie continues to release compelling research regarding Parkinson's and also Alzheimer's disease treatments, and new research is being presented at the International Parkinson and Movement Disorder Society 2023. So with me is the CEO, Kang Do, to explain what you recently presented to this conference, and neuroinflammation, insulin resistance, oxidative stress, all common features when it comes to these neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. So share a little bit more about what BioVie is doing and its approach to that.
Thanks, Jane, for having me back. As you may recall, BioVie's lead compound is called NE3107. It is a very novel inhibitor of neuroinflammation. It blocks inflammation at just the right place at the right time. And because of that, it's shown to be dramatically different and dramatic clinical results. So at the MDS conference, our team presented 3 different posters. The first one was a preclinical study in non-human primates, so in marmosets, that showed 2 very compelling things. One is that it was inherently promotoric. So monkeys that were treated with NE3107 and levodopa had dramatically greater motor control than those who were treated with just levodopa alone, right? And that is what we had hoped to re-verify in the clinic, which we have, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But the thing that was really critical in that preclinical study is that at the end of the study, when we looked at the brains for these monkeys, we saw that those that were treated with 3107 retained twice as many surviving neurons as those who were untreated, right? So this suggests that 3107 has neuroprotective properties themselves, right? And that is dramatic. That's critical in something like Parkinson's.
Okay, so that's a really compelling research. Explain a little bit what that might mean for Alzheimer's treatments in the future or Parkinson's treatments in the future. How can the average person, what's their takeaway there?
That's why our experts were really excited about a couple of findings. One is the neuroprotective properties in the monkeys, and the other is like in the clinic, patients that were treated with 3107 and levodopa had what was called the morning on symptoms, right? So they were able to retain motor control in the morning when the drug levodopa had worn off, compared to those that were treated with just levodopa alone. A third of patients treated with 3107 were able to get out of bed in the morning because they had motor control versus none of those treated with levodopa alone. So what this really means is that we are changing the way we are developing 3107 for Parkinson's disease. Our experts implored us to develop it as first-line therapy, right? So to become the first drug that patients are given when they're diagnosed with Parkinson's, to be monotherapy as well. And this is because, as everyone knows, the moment you are diagnosed with Parkinson's, you are now starting a one-way street, which is decline in motor control. And if 3107 proves to be neuroprotective, we can actually try to arrest or slow that motor control and give you as much motor control as possible and protect your neurons.
Yeah, and just improve the quality of life as you deal with the disease, remain independent somewhat, which is of course crucial for people's, mental health as well. So how can people get information on the clinical studies that you're doing at BioVie and 3107 in particular?
At our website, BioViePharma.com, you can learn more about what we do. We are planning to start another trial in Parkinson's disease. So monotherapy, first-line treatment. We aim to start that trial later on this year or early next year. So more information about the trial itself will be posted as we get closer to the trial start.
Okay. And then what's upcoming for you? Are there more conferences? You talked about the upcoming clinical trial. What do you have on your radar screen for the next, say, year or so?
Well, the big event that everybody's keeping an eye on is our phase 3 pivotal trial in Alzheimer's disease is expected to read out in the October-November timeframe of this year. That trial has been fully enrolled for some time now, and we are closing in on finishing all the patients in that trial. And our team is now beginning to do the hard work of going in, cleaning the data, verifying everything so that we can analyze the data, hopefully at the end of October or early November, and provide top-line results then.
Wow. So that will be coming up pretty quickly here. That's going to be huge. And please come back and share that. Let's break that news together on what you found out with those clinical studies.
All right, I look forward to coming back to share that with you, Jane. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Con.